So I wanted to go over the Brickyard, not the actual racing that was occurring this weekend in the NASCAR Cup Series, but the empty seats. All the comments online, all the discourse online has been about the empty seats at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and some people saying this signals a real decline of the event in the NASCAR Cup Series and that potentially they should look at going somewhere else. But is it as bad as what people are making it out to be? Are these empty seats a real cause for concern for stock cars at the IMS? Well, here's the truth, guys. Let's have a look at it. So the Brickyard 400 has been on the NASCAR Cup Series calendar ever since 1994. It's not a new event, but it's definitely not one of the older ones as well. And NASCAR has raced basically on the oval every year since, with the exceptions of 3 years between 2021 and 2023, where instead we actually went around the road course layout. That was a bit of a disaster though, as the event only attracted around 65,000 fans in 21 and 22, prompting NASCAR to go back to the oval, which it has done ever since. Now, if you saw the race live, if you watched the highlights, you will be left into no doubt that there was a lot of empty seats at this event. But it wasn't always thus, you know. In the early days of this event being on the NASCAR Cup Series calendar, it did draw a lot of fans. Even though Indianapolis is of course known as the home of IndyCar, the people there love to see stock car racing. In 1994, for the inaugural event, for example, they actually pulled over 250,000 fans. Over 250,000 fans attended the event. And it remained high for decades after, even into the 2000s. This was regularly the second most attended event on the Cup Series calendar, only behind the world-famous Daytona 500. But what changed? Well, people just got tired of the racing. Or more specifically, people got tired of the cautions. 2008 saw a bit of a farcical race where there were constant cautions at the event, and of course punctures causing a lot of problems for drivers and just making the spectacle not really the best. Not unlike what we saw this year, to be fair. A lot of punctures in the 2025 race as well, which does make me worry for next year's event. But it's not as bad as it was. The lowest attendance at the event outside of pandemic times was 2017, where just 35,000 people attended, which is only just over 10% of the actual capacity of the IMS, which can hold, if you include the infield section, around 300,000 fans. How many fans were there this year? Well, official stats are not out for this. I doubt they want to publish them very quickly, to be honest. Probably wait until the off-season rather than face any kind of significant backlash. But I would estimate personally there was probably around 80,000 fans there, something like that. Most estimates are placing it less than 100,000, but over 50,000, which, again, it's quite bad. It looks quite bad when you look at the stands as a whole, but a lot of people as well were under the shaded areas just to make sure they didn't get too hot if the sun came out. So it looked worse than what it was. Still though, admittedly, big venue, empty stands, it's not a good look. We see it in all kinds of sports. It's not a great look for NASCAR either. Would I say this event is in decline? No, I think that decline happened quite some time ago. Should it be replaced with another event? I'll leave you guys in the comments to debate that one. Let me know what you think about that, as always, guys. But yeah, not quite as bad as what it appeared, but it's not a good look either. And even at around 50, 60,000 fans, something like that, you're still going to have a higher attendance there. There are a lot of races this year in the Cup Series, so the Brickyard 400 is by no means the worst attended event in NASCAR, but it just looks bad because there's so many empty seats. Get your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe as always, and have a fantastic day around the world today. See you very soon.